Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Chancellor Book Distribution ki jai. Chancellor Prashant Distribution. Lord Premanandi, Hare Lord, glories to Asma Devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to Asma Devotees, Hare Krishna, Shri Guru and Shri Guru. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Very nice. Traditional today. Okay. center, where you only rejoice. You forget the highest spirit of devotion for the Lord, irrespective of what religion you follow, it doesn't matter. So what we are going to do is a small plane here. It's going to be called boatman and student. Okay. So would you like to be a student or boatman, whatever? I'll tell you everything, don't worry. Maybe you can come forward.
Okay.
Who is free? Who wants? Let's have a volunteer. Okay. Very good.
I know. We can make a house.
Okay. So he has come from New York City. He has just graduated and he is a very high-fi student. Where's your phone?
Hey, hi.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a simple from a villager from India. It looks like that also. I'm driving a boat right now. So I'm just going around like this. Okay, what you like?
Hey, what time? You have seen video?
No, you want to go across?
What way across?
No, just
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's sit in a boat and then you can show me whatever you have. Okay, let's row. Hare Krishna.
There's a new model
Hare
iPhone.
Krishna. What?
It's just XR, but. Come
No.
on! You should be knowing. Maybe traditional audience.
What is this box?
This is a phone.
Oh,
Which you
how
edit
does it
for
work?
Pictures.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you go?
You have a lot of apps for texting. And you can games.
Ooh.
And also you can listen all songs as well.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you don't sing live anymore?
No, I like to hear songs.
Oh wow. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you for. Everything. See,
This
Krishna.
planet is an astronaut.
What is that? Astronaut.
Astronaut?
Astronaut?
Yeah, this is a planet, right? You're on a planet. It's in the solar system.
So what is this astronaut?
Astronaut.
I can't pronounce it astronaut. It seems like. So what they do?
Astronauts, they go like, on the top of the planets and check everything. They see the other planets and all that. You can see the moon, you can see the things.
Yeah.
You can see the stars. There's some dust on the moon as well. Yes.
Oh my God. Can you make a drum sound? Oh yes. Oh my God, it seems there is going to be a storm. There's going to be a storm here.
What's it?
Yeah, it's going to be a storm. Oh. Do you know how to swim?
No, I don't know. Okay.
Oh my God. 25% of your less. If you don't know what is iPhone, ask 50. What is astronaut? 75% life is useless. Your 100% life is useless if you don't know how to swim. So now you see they are going.
Please give me my card, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Shikant Prabhu. So, okay, Hare Krishna. So what is the moral of the story? Why this story was taken? What is the moral? Maybe you can say. What is the moral of the story? What do you guys think?
I think we need to pay attention more about the world instead of the stupid iPhone.
That's good, that's good. Mother?
Well, they won't help us. We can combine everything together.
Yeah.
We don't need to focus on one thing. There's so
We
many
do
things
need
to
focus.
experience for our own, you know.
Okay. Sorry, what are your names? I'm sorry. I didn't know. Tom?
Leo.
Leo?
Alexa.
Alexa? Oh. And,
Alexa.
Siri, okay. Something is there. Alexa, yeah, okay. Amazon. Yeah. Something I have heard.
I'd say technology is good because I'm Alexa. Of the story.
When we finish, you might change your opinion.
No.
Okay, technology is good. We can speak right now because of technology. We are here because of the nice air is coming because of technology. Whatever we have, so we are not against it.
It's better to be with the family and focus on what is really happening in the world together than rely on technology.
Yeah, you are being
Keep it 100%.
okay. Anyone else?
I think I was thinking was just to ask the deeper questions of life. Just having that inspiration to ask.
Like what is the point of having an iPhone if you're not looking at the correct information or like the information you need to be that you need at that moment?
Yeah, exactly. Very good point. Yes, ma'am. Okay. You missed the plane, so I can't ask you anything. Okay. There are some missing lines. So 25% and 50%, I forgot to answer. So the thing is, as you see, the world, it has so much meaning, so much purpose. The sun is rising. Does the sun says anytime, okay, give me a sunlight, give me a bill. Does he send monthly bill to us? No. Why? He should, actually. Thanks, Amazon. Okay. So, on the water we get, of course, we have to pay the water bills and everything, but originally when it drops from the sky, does the Lord say you have to pay any water bills? No. You get it for free, right? And so many resources are there, the gold and the silver and so many things are resources in this world. They all give. So there is a reason. Free. He doesn't charge us anything. Does anybody know why does he give us for free? Yeah, you got it. Just like both of your parents, you don't charge, okay, each one give us $50 for food, or you don't say to, even my parents never asked me when I was little boy, okay, give me that much dollars, they only. So it is out of love. So the Lord does it. It is really a fact that how the Lord has designed this world is for the benefit of the children. And why, out of all this, in the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, why there is a hurricane and why there is East Coast, there is so much cold wind and there is an earthquake and a hurricane. Why it is like that? Why do you see so many problems in this world? There is a forest fire and dangerous things are happening. There's so many things. why the nature is not happy. Previously it wasn't like that. There was no environmental problem with the. Why nature is not happy?
Because we're not doing our part to take care of the world.
The nature is not happy. Actually, I was just hearing about the Taj Mahal in India. It is Taj Mahal, the beautiful. That's one of the 8 wonders of the world. So they say as it is decayed in last 25 years. Because there's arsenic rains and so many things are happening and people are just. The oceans are not polluted before. Oceans were not polluted before as it is now. Why? Because the people have not understood the goal of life. The more technology is and everything we are advancing, the faster and faster we are going down in our consciousness. So there is something like a pinprick in us. What we are looking for. We need to fill that missing link. Do you know what is that missing link? Hey, everyone! Missing link, why earth is not happy, why there is so many things. What is that missing link?
Not enough of us are coming together to give back to the earth itself.
The reason, mother, so who is the father? So suppose if the children are there, all these children, mother is providing the food, and if they come back and speak bad words to you, will you be happy? Do you think you are giving so much food and nurturing them? You think, if you give and she doesn't respect her father, then do you think the mother earth will be happy? And that is the reason. All this thing is polluted by the environmental pollutions and everything. Because what it is meant for, as you were saying, what the give it back is Mr. What is it? Tom. If I come to Tom's home and I say to, and I open his refrigerator, Tom is not even aware of this. And I just have good time. I switch on TV and dance there and I start digging well inside his house. Or giving charity to other people. He will say, digging in my house and is taking food from my refrigerator without asking. So the same thing we are doing, my dear friends. We are not connected ourselves to, we don't know who we are. Fortune, we have a great heritage, and yet we behave like orphans on the street who doesn't know who is our real father, who doesn't know who is our real mother, who doesn't know what to do in life. We have been disconnected from most natural thing in life. We do not know. We don't have our identity, who we really are, and we don't know what is the human form of life is meant for. In 3 weeks we are consecutively telling this story again and again. The dogs bark. Human beings forget to be like a human being. Right now, they don't know what is the value of a human being. What is the value? Just getting greed, more and that is the goal of human life. It's just simply wasted. Alexander the Great, the conqueror of the world, he conquered everything, and towards the end, he said, I will give you an entire kingdom, just give me 2 minutes. He said, all your acquisition, everything, your time of death is a dust. or we become a stool, or we become ashes. That's all. Now, sometimes the body is given in something to the vultures, and vultures eat our flesh. Yeah? Am I right or wrong? So really, if we are doing everything for body, cheat, believe me, will be. Why? Because we will not know how time has gone, the time Krishna has given, the resources Krishna has given. We just misused it. We did not know how to use it. We didn't know how to use the phone. We didn't know what to do, what to eat, what to dance for, what to enjoy, where to enjoy. And the result, just like a Mother Earth is not happy, our soul is never being happy with us. The soul rejoices when we connect ourselves to the Supreme. Rejoices. So therefore, all this acquisition, the 25%, 50%, 75%, whatever we saw, it was simply a waste of time at the time. Or astronaut knowledge or anything we acquire in this world on a big bank balance. The boat where it is sinking and you have no Wi-Fi connection, nothing. All you can do is swim. So this is what we need to understand. That if we don't know how to swim in this world, we have simply wasted our time. We will be drowned. Births after births after births. We'll be just drowning. We are thinking we are enjoying, but we are drowning and coming back unless we learn to swim, unless we learn to understand the purpose of life, unless and until we wake up, Arrival, wake up, and just I'm yours. Please say, Krishna, I'm yours. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We understand the desperate condition, precarious condition. How many people before COVID-19 in 2019 thought that there is no disease? We are having healthy life, we are having so many nice things. The biggest world champion, the wrestlers became like a and with the COVID-19, just one small disease just destroyed the whole way how the world works. Just a little bit small virus, not even a big strength, has changed how people have. It's just a lifestyle has changed. Am I right or wrong? The people perspective has completely changed. Just little small virus is just, so this is the power of the nature. Power of the nature. We can conquer the disease, we can conquer the death, we can conquer the old age by putting up so many bars, but ultimately they conquer us. Arrival. So really, there is no solution. The science and technology hasn't found any solution to conquer the death, conquer the different. It may have some solution, one disease, but another one will pop up. So therefore, an intelligent person will say, that's enough. I don't want to be in this part of. I enjoy to be eternal. I want to be happy. The John Lennon want to be. He said, I want to be happy. So the teacher rephrased the question. Oh, I understand. But what do you want to be? He said, hey, I want to be happy. And the teacher thought he didn't understand the question, but he really meant, John Lennon really meant he wanted to be happy. It doesn't matter. So the thing is, because our nature is to be happy, to rejoice and to have good time. But if we do it in the wrong way, if we too much get intoxicated thinking that we'll be happy, you'll be ruined mentally, spiritually, materially, everywhere. You say having sex is the greatest happiness. If you keep having an illicit and so much more around you, you'll be miserable over the period of time. Just like Elvis Presley, he was having so much, he was having talent. He died on his toilet seat, unfortunately. Elvis Presley. So it's really whatever pleasures we think in this material world, eating so much of whatever things we do, it's not going to give us the solace of the soul. The soul is different than the body. We may be, actually it's a great realization, we may be hearing, just close your eyes and think you are going to come out of the body, just think. And right now, I'll give you an experiment. One for thinking you are going to come out of this body. And what are you going to take with you? If you are right now, if you are going to think for 30 seconds you are going to come out of this body, what are you going to take with you? Then why the world is so crazy? The whole world is they run behind pleasures of this world, and the insecurity that just burns them alive, and so much calamity in this world has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. First of all, you're different than this body. You're the spiritual being is flapping in this material body. You are not this material body flapping, trying to be spiritual. You are that eternal being, blissful being. Yes, thank you. Yeah, he always gives me a lot of gifts. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We have now Sunday school is growing here. You don't have to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you. Very well. No, that's fine. He's my best friend. I'm Dhananjaya, Dasa, he's Arjun, so he's my master. He's my master. He's telling me what I need to be doing. Yes, so anyway, so has anybody thought if we are not this body, if we are out of this material body, then we have to understand the nature. Everybody knows what is the nature of the soul?
Eternal, full of knowledge, and full of bliss.
Bliss. What is that, the last one you said?
Bliss. Full of bliss.
Eternal. This part is everybody is looking for, because the love everyone has, with the loving relationship, what we are trying to experience is
Bliss.
in that loving. Do you marry? To get beaten up by spouses. That happens multiple times. So it's not, right? You want to be happy, you want to be joyful. But the thing is, unless we relationship, that connection, even in relationship become very beautiful. Just like the family that comes together and prays together, stays together. Is that Krishna saying? Yes? So when we understand that, when we actually understand who we are, our identity, then we tend to be more and more realize that let me look at it. Let me look at it now. Paul, someone. Take a look at me now. Whatever. I used to be 20 years ago, I can still listen. More than that, sorry. So the thing is, we have to understand who we are. The look at it inside, in our heart. The one of the things that COVID-19 does. So there was one very nice thing. Don't look at outside, look at inside. Because this pandemic and everything is actually taught us, try to look at within in your heart. There is a lot of joy. People are mentally stressed. I was talking to several people and they were saying, we don't. The biggest happiness we were getting is going out in a cruise, going out and meeting our friends, but now we couldn't do it. For a long time they were captivated, right? So this is most unnatural situation has happened due to forgetfulness of the Lord. And when we start connecting and when we understand what is the goal of my life, I want to know, I want to go to the higher self. I have suffered because of one thing, because of ignorance for birth after birth. I have suffered due to the illusion created around me and beaten up constantly by the happiness and distress. The happiness beat me up the more than distress. How? Happiness beat me up more than the distress. Yes.
It's like a false illusion. It's like brings you up high.
Happiness gives us the faith that there is a joy in this world. And as soon as you develop the you get beaten up. The biggest gambler in Las Vegas, the biggest one, the champions. That's what I heard. I've not been there. So what they do is, the biggest gamblers, what they do is they come across on your table and they put $5 and then you win against them. And then you put $10 and you win against them. And then they put 25 big bets. That's when they win. And they take away everything, whatever you are, boom, they take out, because they develop the faith that you are winning. So that material world, the illusion is just like that. She says, yeah. And finally at the time of death, everything is reclaimed. You came and you going with, it is cheating here. And still, and people are saying, oh man, summer wine, whatever. Whatever. I'm sorry. So the thing is, my father used to hear that anyway, a long time back. So I was hearing also, summer wine. So anyway, so the thing is, I'm sorry, I just like to little bit put little jokes around a little bit that makes it light, because we all of us are here to become very, very happy and joyful. So now the question is, if this is, after suffering we still go behind the same pleasure, why? That's my question to all of you. You suffer, you know it's not going to help you over the period, but you still, after some time, you still go behind the same thing. Why?
The comfort of misery.
Huh?
The comfort of misery.
Comfort of misery. What do you mean?
It's just, some people are miserable and are comfortable with it. Instead of looking for something better.
The only emotion they can predict.
Misery loves company.
Huh?
Misery loves company.
Yes, misery is love company,
And they want
yes.
to bring others across your path if they're not doing their best to be their best, and they blame the world. At the same time, other people are sucked in just because.
Yes, very nice. So the thing is, in this material world, I'm going to tell you, you may not like this. The happiness is called in this world, is called hysteria. Know what is hysteria? It is the gap between a two distressful condition. We call that happiness. Now, you might say, how is that possible? Just think how much joy you get with the finger. You have 5 fingers. You don't get any joy. Tears in eyes. I have 5 fingers. Oh, I have 5 more. I need more. You don't feel joyful.
Only people are
If you break or if you have any cut, you realize how painful it is to have that finger cut from your body. But you don't feel any joy when you have it. Because you're used to it, you have it, you assume it. So the same way in this world there are several things have been given to us and we assume that we deserve this happiness. But when it is taken it away, boom. That's where the real misery is. Am I taking sense or yes or no?
Because like, what's the example you said before with you? It's like the shoe that's really tight, and then you like if you untie it, it feels good, but it's because it was tight to begin with. I don't know if that's a good example. But
Yeah, please go ahead.
You said it before. I could be saying it wrong. But
No. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
But the shoes when it is tied, it pains or when it not tied.
yeah, that like the happiness. So you put it on your say you're wearing like a for your whole life.
Yeah.
And
then
the
you
only
remove it.
happiness is by taking off, by just undoing the laces. But it's not really giving you happiness, you're just relieved from the pain. But like, it's not very happy.
Yes, Haribol. And we, our whole life, imagine what a trick is played on us. Think, those who are intelligent here, think about what a game has been played on us. And we have been cheated, not this life, but births after births. We have been cheated by this mockery. So therefore, coming to understand that this is the world of duality, and whatever I'm going to do, how much ever I'm going to achieve, I'm going to be miserable over the period of time. So therefore, I want to be happy. I want to do something for my soul. I'm in this temporary body, so let me work for my soul. Huh? So here is in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives a beautiful understanding. The soul is transmigrating from one body to another and is experiencing a happiness, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkha. So therefore learn to tolerate them, to understand the higher principle. To go through the difficult situation, but we don't know where to take shelter. So therefore Krishna is sending this holy name and is giving us the wish and the ways where we can hold on. There's a compassion towards all living entities. The same Krishna, same Christ, the same Lord. The holy name is Krishna, means all attractive. Rama wants pleasure. Pleasure doesn't belong to any ism. Can you say that only this ism has the pleasure? Can you say this happiness belongs to only a religion? And the soul belongs to a religion before it's taking birth. But he does exist after you die. Which religion he was belong to? The soul does not belong to any religion. Soul belongs to God.
Right.
And we have made a mess out of it. We have made a mess by not understanding that really the soul doesn't belong to any isms. The soul belongs to God. So let me come and take understanding whom it belongs to. And how will I love that supreme object where because it's one of the nature of a soul is ananda, right? So the soul wants to enjoy. So how do you think the soul will enjoy? Connection, the relationship. You develop a good starts rejoicing. Am I right or wrong? Just like if some of you are married, you have husband or you have father, mother, at least somebody. Father is a figure and he just speaks from some shine sometimes from the sky. Do you think you can love your father? Yes or no? But if he comes to you and say, "Oh my dear child, how are you doing?" He hugs you and he kisses you as a child and he plays with you and he gives gifts and he's exchanging gifts with you and you're exchanging gifts. Do you think that loving bonding becomes much stronger? Yes. You can interact. And a whole purpose of all these different religious principles. Happy. And the greatest you can't become happy the other way around. You will be only happy when you actually start reciting, chanting his name. Hare Krishna, Hare happy? Yes. You worship the Lord. You eat, you offer it, and you take prasadam. You dance, just like children were dancing. And then we dance and we have ecstasy and the heart starts rejoicing and then you see, oh my God, where is this, all this happiness is coming and this happiness I've never experienced it before. Hariva! 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 That is yoga! That is the connection I was looking for. Hariva! And you become joyful. Hariva! And it doesn't take a lot of right? That's it, like you have to raise your hand in 90 degrees in this way, and then you move your hand like this way and right, and then you move 90 degrees this way, and then 40, whatever, and this way, and then you have to do like, oh my God, what a pain. A happy person will become distressful if you tell him like this much, all these details. Making life very complicated right now. It's not to be happy, it's a very simple thing. Just understand who we are and where is that real happiness lies, then life becomes very simple. It is stated Bhagavad Gita is the simple for the, it is, and it's most complicated for the most complicated. Now it's up to us. Do we want to have a simple heart like that, what is that? Boatman, or do we want to be a complicated like student trying to I finally died. Of course, I'm sorry bro, you're not like that. I'm just giving a example of this character. You missed the play. Yeah. So we want to live very simple life. We first of all, our biggest problem is the false ego, and then we think we know it. As soon as we know that we know it, we go in. First lesson is of ignorance is that you know. You have to remove that. You know it. And when you become humble, and when you become grateful, instead of going like this, you go like this, and try to beg and just try to understand and try to learn different things. The biggest problem when we go out and distribute books, they say, oh, we are Christian. So yeah, so what? We are also. We are not talking about who you are. Externally, we are talking who we are. We are not isms. We are part of God. So when we bring a particular identity, we block the mercy of the Lord coming in. Do you agree or not? Yeah. Yes? When we put any ism there, and then we belong to certain ism and this is different ism, we just become ignorant fool. Because the biggest thing of a soul is to be happy. And being hateful, do you think your soul is going to be happy? If you hate somebody because of his particular externals, do you think it's touching that person's soul? Yes or no? So you are doing everything externally. If you really want to do internally, go deep, understand who we are. We are the soul, you are part of God, you are supposed to be blissful, not hate. Here, it doesn't matter which isms we are. We belong to a nation of the spiritual world. We belong to United Nation of Golok Vrindavan. We belong to the United Nation of the spiritual world. Hariva! We are coming from the spiritual world, and we have come here to reawaken our identity of being joyful. Being joyful, really, being very, very happy and joyful. But we will not. The forgetfulness is so this thing. That's why the practice is very important. And thus, that forgetfulness, the time will become shortened and shortened, and then you have a smooth ride. The time will fall apart. The time will come where you feel that you're part of God and He's going to protect me. You're part of Krishna and He's going to protect me. Krishna means, by the way, all attractive. He's all attractive, he plays flute, and he loves all, and he never said, I'm from Hindu person. He said, I'm from all the jiva. It's all the living entities, including the cow and the peacock. Peacocks used to dance for Krishna, and for the pleasure of Krishna, peacock, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna was so happy. He said, you please me so much. I'm going to carry the peacock feather forever upon my head. In the mugut, what is that? Crown. And he's going to put, so therefore Krishna has a crown. And his devotees are who? Peacock. His devotees are calf. Do you think calf is I belong to a different religion. The calf says like that?
No.
Oh, no, why? Because with hatred. Religion is not meant for hatred. Krishna is all he's attracting everyone's heart. And he's attracting all insects and the birds. Birds used to be, when they were flying, when they were hearing the music, who doesn't like music? When they were here, they were stopping, the hills were moving around and become immovable. That's the beauty of everything. So our life is become full of miracles when we take shelter of puzzle has a broader vision. We see the small pieces coming together when you take shelter of Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So, are there any questions or comments?
I do like your like highlighting how we are really looking for happiness.
Yes.
And how we are so really happiness is, and how our soul can only really truly be happy when we find that relationship with God, with the higher powers.
And as a devotees, we forget that. We need
Because it's very easy. We can just open the fridge and we can, grab a piece of cake. And I'm like, I feel very happy. My life feels very nice. To like, okay, nice. This is, isn't it? It's not so bad. But then it escalates. Then more, and then it just piles in it, and then I'm like, wait, where am I? I've lost track of what I'm doing, and yeah,
do the right thing.
I like how you described how communion feels like a bath. It's like a refresher.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
You
reminding
do a
me.
very good job accomplishing your goal and your goal is to refresh us. Somehow in your atmosphere, when we walk into your bubble without even realizing your bubble is very clean. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And only people with that, the ones without intelligence, you're just like the rest of us, we're SOL. So like we're stuck living in a world. I was telling Tom on the way here, I said, the world shouldn't be divided the way it is. The people who want to litter and don't want to work should have one side of the world, and the people who want to keep the world clean and want to work should live on the other side of the world, and that's how it should be divided. In life and take care of the earth can have their side, so that when their part disintegrates and like deteriorates, and we have our nice side that will eventually, once that side dies off, will eventually grow and like heal the other side, because naturally that does.
Good
So,
thinking.
but unfortunately,
Yeah, exactly. Send them on a
unfortunately, the
spaceship.
earth does not have an edge, because then we would have really. So that's why the world.
Can't escape from problems.
World is round when we are circling around birth or death disease day. Round, 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 round.
Right.
Like we are just going in a merry-go-round. Like what is a Ferris wheel? Sorry. Ferris wheel. This goes.
Right?
And it has lost that. The person has lost the way where you can stop it. It just goes on. Initially you enjoy, and then later, oh my God, how am I going to eat
Right?
now? Nothing. I'm just going around and round, round and round, round and round, like that. It's
Becomes
crazy.
a nightmare. You're stuck
Yeah.
on that horse going around.
Yeah, it's just it looks like fun. Initially Ferris wheel, but later if you don't get out, then it becomes a painful situation.
Very scary analogy.
So we are in a Ferris wheel where they have lost the stop button. So now we may, due to the time, we may think, oh, we are enjoying, but actually we are growing old. Nobody's growing young. Anybody, even the child is just born, he's saying 1 day old. We don't say, oh, he has just become 1 day old, younger. You don't become younger here, you become older, right? As the day passes. So therefore, and mission accomplished is become easier when we are with devotees. Am I right, man? Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, it's distracting.
Yes.
You forget those grounded.
What's your name? I'm sorry.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yes, we met at the.
I hope you're having a good time, Rachel.
Yeah. And she was reading a book that said yoga. It was like the yoga.
It was like the soul and mind of yoga.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, I'm not going to sound like I do a whole lot of yoga, but it's something that I would like to part behind it. I just would like to find more peace within myself.
Welcome to the club of
Yeah.
human
You're
beings.
right, everyone
Actually, I'm sorry, I'm not saying all others. Scriptures, they say human being become when you want to know spiritual life. That's when you come to the human platform. And then you begin your journey as a human being. Because human being is as intelligent. Ballistic missiles are putting Ukraine or Ukraine is putting on you. It's not the use of your intelligence, you're destroying everything.
No, I've taught myself more of doing things that are other people's goals, like my parents and what they would like for myself. And, I'm at a stopping point where I'm thinking there must be more feeling of, content. And
Oh, yeah.
just, like how you said, when you're reaching into the fridge, I don't want
Actually, when you understand the root of the tree, everything starts of different things starts rejoicing. You don't have to make it every part of it happy. Just water the root of the tree, every leaf, every branch, every fruit and every flower will make nourishment.
Yeah.
So people forget to water the root of the tree. And they're trying to water the different leaves. It's not.
You can't start from the top.
Yeah. So you can never satisfy yourself or your parents or your grandparents or the people around us, the community as a whole, unless we understand where is the root.
That was evil's goal, was to have us forget.
Yeah.
That was evil's goal, was so that we could
Yes.
forget. And that part of evil is media, definitely, because
Yes.
it's such a big influence. I might have a hard time explaining, but I mean, when we're focused in a world that isn't focused on coming together and the root of what the world was supposed to be before it was ruined, I mean,
It's hard to not focus on it.
yeah, it's hard not to focus, exactly. Like I couldn't. Yeah, it's hard not to. We're naturally built to learn, and the right people stepped in to misguide. The right people stepped in and were put in a position in the world. The right people were given a job, and it was to misguide all over the world, universally. So that's how we're so isolated.
Yes.
As the to corrupt all over the world, and they come together secretly and say, okay, this is what we're going to do next, and they have their jobs all over the world. So chaos in every little section of the world is going on, and people are distracted, and we're not meant to focus. If that makes sense.
Yes, very much. Yeah. You know, people are so busy and distracted that they forget that who they really are. They come in this world and they leave without understanding what is the purpose of their life. So it's like taking a admission in a school and then going out and playing the video games all year. Then are you going to pass the grades? So that's what's happening. Taking admissions in this material world and getting precious human life, and what they are doing? Wasting time. It's meant for upliftment, made for investment. It is the greatest investment. But what people get so frustrated, not knowing values, commit suicide like this. They commit suicide like this. The San Antonio is the most haunted. So much chaos is there, and so many people have committed suicide, and Alamos and everything. There's so many things are there. So
There's no connection, unfortunately, and it's going to be hard to reach out.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No connection. There's no outreach to what's greater in life.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, evil has a hold.
Oh yeah. It's
It's
attracting.
easier spread. It's easier spread too, and for some reason, it's more attractive to humans. Evil's more attractive than what is right. Sometimes, you know, like generally speaking, not really, but like to us, we would probably do what is right.
Yes.
You know, if we see something wrong going on in the world, or we'll do our best to help. But other people just make it easier and harder for us, harder for people like us.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Chant for 5 minutes and maybe we can see Prasadam. We are also going to celebrate birthday. So we'll sing for a couple of minutes. Is that okay?
You explain. I didn't get to explain it to her, but the hefty like mantra meditation.
Oh yes, sorry.
That's okay,
I
thank you.
didn't
I appreciate it.
I keep forgetting. No.
When I was in the bathroom, I'm like, oh no, I missed
want to explain?
I don't know if you really be better.
Okay. When we chant this mantra, means one. There are several things are there to deliver, but delivering mind is the most hardest thing. So mantra is the ancient way to deliver our mind, to keep it on to how you can engage your mind. Just like a restless person who needs some engagement, like a child who needs engagement, otherwise it's going to eat you up. So the same way the mind is like the child who is restless. You engage the mind in something which will satisfy the soul. You can engage your mind in anything in this world, but it's not going to satisfy the soul. But only way your mind can get engaged and which satisfy the soul is through the mantra, through deliverance. It delivers the mind and the soul, body, mind and soul. So this is a wonderful way when we dive deep and nobody can stop you for that and there is no money needed. You can actually claim that anytime. If you want to be joyful, anytime you can be joyful. Morning time, evening time, anytime. So that and when we come in association, it becomes very joyful. So Hare means the energy of God. Krishna means reservoir of pleasure. So when we chant, Hare, energy enters into our heart and our mind, and it gives us attraction for the supreme object of worship. Krishna means all attracted. We get attracted to the spiritual process and gives us the pleasure now through this. So when we chant Hare, Krishna and Rama, it gives us the attraction. Gives us the energy to get purified and it gives us the joy of Hare. So that's why we chant Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
And who choose to do that? Who decides to use that specific word?
Yes, that's a beautiful question.
Is the Indian language or means something in English? Or what is the meaning?
That's an excellent
Like-
question.
Yeah, I know what it's the mean, but I wonder if
Where does it
that
come
word
from?
means if you use it normally in your language. for
It is
example.
coming not from any region or any place in this world. It is stated that this month Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. It is coming from the spiritual world to deliver those people from the material conditioning.
That's right. Where we are, that's the spiritual, and the mantra literally comes all the way down to
Yeah.
the earth planet. It's
So it's
beautiful
simple.
science actually, but
So we speak,
we're chanting it.
right,
We're literally there, like
yeah,
our
like we're
consciousness
spiritually
is.
putting ourselves
Yeah.
there, so we're connecting our souls
To
Like
the
with the divine.
Supreme, to
to the
Krishna.
universe,
Yeah.
Because if
atmosphere.
Yes.
I heard the example, like if you can chant like Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi. The difference is that you're just gonna get thirsty. But
And you
But
get
if
bored
you-
too.
yes. But if you chant something that has a spiritual, that's a spiritual thing, you're connecting your mind, body, and everything to that, and that you don't get tired of it. Actually, you're just like inspiration to receive that spiritual relationship.
Right.
So it's yeah, and it goes back very I think it goes back. Yeah, there's in the Bhagavad Gita, there's many books that say it's a spiritual aspect to it. So yeah,
Nice.
I don't know if that was a good example.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows
So
really
it's
amazing.
not
Yeah.
joined by a person or
Huh?
a particular
There's also
region.
something
It's
about-
like, it's been there in many books. Many quotes are there.
It's been around.
Scriptures, they have mentioned this mantra. So it's not just one just for one person or one.
It comes from, it gives us an
I think she
opportunity
wanted
to
to
explore
know
the root.
what the
our roots.
translation
Yes,
was.
there
in
So,
you go.
I
English.
mean, our roots,
Which
usually
one?
roots.
How do you connect with
That
the
there was somebody
You
who
love
long
God, and you're
ago
connecting to
once
spiritual
cared
energy of the
and
God
put
and
this
getting the
together.
anand,
Yes.
the love,
And
the
had-
happiness.
had a
That's what it
spiritual
is. So you're
magic
channeling
that
God
we'll
to
never
give you
understand because it's not
external.
to us.
Crystals.
She's got
To
two
carry
different-
it.
She's talking about
You wanna
Lord
look at
Chaitanya.
it, Krishna, Krishna.
Like
Oh.
it's
Saying
scary.
someone came to deliver this name. Like,
Yes.
and came from, you know.
Spiritual.
Yes.
Mahaprabhu was
It's like
here.
a gift.
There you go, yeah.
It's brought specifically for the age of Kali Yuga, was to be able to help
Yes.
devotees.
Yes.
Yes, in this, as you very nicely pointed out, in this particular region, the time is called as quarrel and hypocrisy. It's called age of quarrel and hypocrisy, and in this age it is most prescribed because people cannot follow meditation to the higher level. They cannot perform fire sacrifice because it needs a real fire sacrifice and it's gold, pure gold, to throw in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then people cannot perform a lot of austerities. So the only way of deliverance, even in Bible it is stated, even in the even in different religion it says one should call out the names of God. So this is the in this age where life is very short, you don't have time for understanding all the scriptures. The Vedic scriptures is so vast, whoa, it will go crazy. And you don't have time because you have job, you have responsibilities, and you have so many things. So how do you perfect your life when you have very limited time? So this holy name of mantra can quickly deliver ourselves from this.
Rejuvenate your soul.
Yes.
For a quick minute.
So, and it applies to all, whatever your faith, and chant this mantra, and that will gives you great joy and happiness. And it will build up your practices of whatever you're doing every day. It will make it more meaningful. It will make you and realize your own stuff.
Which goes to what you were talking about, the division and everything that's going on.
Mhm.
That's the age we're in, where people have lost their spiritual connections and they're now living the material world. And
Yeah.
so that is just
A watch is more significant than a tree, and it's totally not.
Yeah.
A watch is not more significant than a tree. It isn't.
Important than relationships in this world. Forget that. They are willing to give up the relation, but not the iPhone.
You know, some people in this day.
No, I'm talking here. That's true.
I'll be laughing at a dog getting a cupcake instead of somebody who's not loyal. You know?
And especially with the pets.
But that's what's good. That's what's good about surrounding yourself around people who have the same focus and goals.
Yes. Stand for some time. And maybe we can stand for a couple of minutes. Let's. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare She is becoming 21 years.